Hello everyone. Welcome to the solution of LeetCode problem 201 named Bitwise and of number range. In this problem, we are given two integers left and right that represents the number range between left and right inclusive. Now we have to return the bitwise AND of all of the numbers in this range. Now here, suppose for the first example, the bitwise AND of all the numbers between 5 and 7 is 4. Similarly, the bitwise AND operation between all the numbers from 0 to 0 is 0 and so on. Now the constraint are the value of left and right can be in between 0 to 2 to the power 31 minus 1, and the value left will always be less than or equal to right. Now, I hope you understood the problem statement. Now let's move on to the algorithm. In this problem, we are given two numbers, suppose let's say x and y, and we have to calculate the bitwise AND of all the numbers between x and y and inclusive. So, would be the intuition? The first intuition is we can run a loop from this x until we reach y and make the bitwise AND operation. But this solution can be optimized. How can we optimize? Suppose, let's say, we have to check whether the value of x and the value of y falls into the same range of power of 2. Why? Suppose, let's say 2 to the power 0 is equal to, now let's say 2 to the power 2 is equal to 4, 2 to the power 3 is equal to 8, and 2 to the power 4 is equal to 16. Now, this is the range. Suppose the first range is 4 to 8, the second range is 8 to 16, the third range is 16 to 32, and the fourth range is 32 to 64, and so on. Now, we have to check whether the integer or both of the x and y falls into the in single range or not. Here, if the integer falls into the different range, that means our result will be 0. How? Because suppose, let's say, the value of x is 6 and the value of y, let's say it is 10. Now, 6 appears into this range between 4 to 8 and 10 appears into this range between 8 to 16. Now, between 6 and 10, there are one integers, which is 2 to the power 3, that means 8. So here the binary representation of 8 will be 1, 0, 0, 0. Okay. Now, the binary representation of the previous number 7 will be 1, 1, 1. Now let's say it 1 prefix 0 here. Now what is the bitwise AND operation between these two integers? One is 7 and another is 8. The bitwise AND is 0 because the bitwise AND between all 0 and 1 will be 0. So did you catch the intuition? The intuition is if the value x and y can be in different number range of 2 to the power something, then the answer is always gonna be 0 because the value of 2 to the power n and 2 to the power n minus 1 and their bitwise AND operation will always result into 0. And now if we perform the bitwise AND operation between all of the numbers with this all of the 0, the result will always remain 0. So this is the first intuition. If both of the numbers did not fall into the same power of 2 range, that means the answer is always 0. Otherwise, simply we have to run a loop from x to y and perform the bitwise AND operation between all of the numbers. I hope you understood the algorithm. Now let's move on to the code. In this problem, the code is pretty simple. At first, we are given a function named Bitwise and which has two parameters left and right. And there is a base case or the corner case. If both of the left and right is 0, that means we have to return 0. Otherwise, we have to check whether both of the left and right falls into the same range of power of 2 or not. If they do not falls into the same power of 2 range, that means we have to return 0. Otherwise, we have to simply run a loop from left to right and perform the bitwise AND operation between all of the numbers and finally return the answer. I hope you understood the code. Thank you everyone for watching this video. We will get back soon with another LeetCode solution.